Hola!
Big question. Let's talk about those toes.
Yeah, why the camera? You just point them down here because there's the steel toes.
It's got to be a story.
Basically, I've been doing it since the shop fight. Just became a thing because my toes are really ugly. So my wife's like, we gotta paint those nails, and I'm like, I'm doing silver then. And I started to like it. So it's been like my thing. And yeah, they're weapons. You don't want to get hit by a steel toe.
Love it.
So
We're talking about Ben Rothwell's pedicure, and you did the jig too. Is this a new Ben Rothwell we're seeing?
just some footwork, you know, just in there having fun and doing my thing. So glad people like it.
We've covered you on the network a long time, Ben, and here you are still looking for that title shot. As you go into this fight, do you feel like you almost have to prove yourself again?
It's not about proving myself. I think the world knows that I'm one of the top fighters. It's just going out and putting these guys away and earning what's mine. And I've been paying my dues for 17 years. I'm not about to stop. I don't want anything given to me. I'm in here, you know, start putting these guys in here, and I'm going to earn my spot. When I go in a title fight, I want the whole world to be like, yes, Ben Rothwell deserves it. I don't want any dispute. And if it's, you know, if I have to take out Barnett and then Stipe and whoever else, fine. That's what I'm here to do.
So it's the same old question. If you win this weekend, do you get that elusive title shot?
You know, it's we know it's politics. We know it's kind of who's what. You know, Stipe was promised one thing. Now with the former champ and champ out on injury, you know, Stipe might be looking for a fight. So, like I said, I believe taking him out, you can't deny me. So if that's what I have to do, fine. And maybe I go out and history repeats itself, and I keep doing my thing in the first round, and I put on the performance that I know that I can. Maybe I turn some heads, and people say, hey, maybe this guy needs a title shot right now. So.
Josh Barnett was up here a little bit ago, and he said he remembered a young Ben Rothwell basically coming to him for advice when he was the champ and stuff. Do you recall that? Any of that? Like when you started to...
Yeah, I was just starting out as a pro, and you know, he had just won his first title in the UFC. You know, that's all kind of history that we have. So, you know, I'm 34, and I think he's working on 38. So he's had some time in here before me, but you know, I've been doing it just as long as he has. I got 4 years less of damage, I would look at it. So, you know, however you want to look at it. Oh, I'm sweating. I'm a sweater.
Do you remember anything that he told you?
Not too much. He was training with Matt Hume at the time. He was just talking about some of the training that they were doing at the time, how they were doing things. You know, I bet you everything he said then, he's like, no, we don't do any of that now. You know, 'cause this sport's constantly evolving. You know, and we're figuring out better ways to do things. I think that the big thing is this hunt to find out what is the right way to do it. And I think a lot of trainers are trying to come up with this recipe that works for all. My training has changed in the last 4 years because of science, common sense, and we look at it that you don't train a 265-pound fighter the way you train a 150-pound fighter. I've heard coaches say it, and then you go to their gym, but they don't apply it. They're trying to get this big guy to do this guy. No, it doesn't work that way. Our body types are different. And one 265-pound guy isn't going to train like this other 265-pound guy. There is no like, oh, this works for everybody. Every guy is an individual, and every guy you have to figure out what his recipe is. And I've been allowed to do that by opening my own gym. All my trainers, my coaches, we work as a council. We talk together. We figure things out together. Like my input is, you know, I'm the captain of this ship. You know, I see a lot of guys get pulled around by their coaches, and they're always looking to their coach what to do. It's like if you can't think for yourself, then you're not going to be a champion. That's the way I look at it.
Ben, do you remember the last time you fought in New Jersey?
Yeah, I knocked out Krzysztof Szczecinski in 15 seconds.
I think officially it was 13, but
13? I'll take 13.
That was East Rutherford, and then do you remember the next fight after that?
The next fight after that, I fought Rico Rodriguez in Florida.
And he allegedly spat on you, right?
No, he did. He spit at me. The dirty SOB.
He works here as a coach. Did you know that?
No.
At his gym. He was here like an hour ago.
It sounds like he's trying to get a fight booked here before Saturday. Is that what you?
No, but I just thought it was the last time you were in New Jersey.
Coincidence.
Yeah, crazy, right?
It is.
Have you ever talked to him since?
I have not talked to him since. The last I heard of him, he was on, what was it? Celebrity Rehab, and he was having some issues. So that's the last I heard of him.
He's in great shape. He looks like a middleweight.
Good for him.
But when you found out that you were fighting back in Jersey, are you the kind of guy who gets excited? Oh, the last time I was here, I won in a matter of seconds. Does that even cross your mind?
I have one more than I've lost here, but I've had ups and downs everywhere in this area. But the East Coast has been good to me. I love the people. I love fighting for them, and I've got good energy here. So it's definitely good for me. And I know some of these guys are coming from nice 70, 80-degree weather. We flew here, and it's actually warmer here than it is in Wisconsin right now. So I'm kind of like, hey. So I don't mind the weather, and I feel like at home here.
When all the stuff was happening with Verdum on Monday, and Stipe, and even it seemed like Josh was campaigning a little bit to try to get that fight. What was your take on it all? Like, were you thinking, like, is it possible that I'm going to lose this fight? How are you reacting?
No, I mean, we had already been told by the men that call the shots. Too much time and money had been invested into the show that nothing was going to change of it. And a lot of people looked at Barnett as, oh, he was this and that. And he even said it wasn't a title shot. He said, I'll step in for Stipe. If I was Stipe, I would have felt offended because Josh is a smart guy and he says, fight Ben Rothwell or fight Stipe? Oh, I'm going to fight Stipe. So he was trying to pick the easier fight. So Stipe should take disrespect from that because Josh was trying to say, hey, I'm going to get paid the same, might as well fight an easier guy. I, for one, said, no, I'm going to fight both of you. I'm going to win both these fights. So that's my take on it.
You were supposed to fight Stipe, and as you look at how things played out, where suddenly, the fight's off, but he was given that title shot opportunity. How frustrating was that to you?
It's kind of like the way it was going to be. I mean, everybody knows I was very vocal about fighting Orlovsky, and it's just because I watch guys, I see things. Stipe, we all see these same things. Stipe, was I surprised by the results? No. And, that's why I went for that fight, trying to get it, and they gave it to him, and it was just like, what are you going to do? It happened. And I was mad for a day or so, and then I get over it because you're not going to get anywhere sitting there pouting about it. And look, I got a huge fight on Fox. I think Ariel's most excited for me. He's like, I didn't realize, it's a huge stage against a veteran opponent, and this fight means a lot. So I'm getting my chance too. As far as him getting that fight, it is what it is. The only thing that upset me is his management, or was him, whatever, was making shots at Verdum about they should take his belt and blah, 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 and how dare he pull out of this fight. And I'm like, whoa. You pulled out of a fight against me for the same thing 3 months ago. 3 months ago. It wasn't even it was 3 months ago. It's like, so I think they should have just not said anything. And, when he pulled out against me, I made a couple jokes. We talked, and then I said, hey, man, best to you. Hope you get better. That's it. And for Verdum, I think, like, if he just would have said, man, 5 hours ago, I was fighting this injury, and I got really hurt, and I just absolutely can't fight anybody, I think that would have been a lot better than him saying, well, I would have fought this guy, but wouldn't have fought that guy. Because now I don't even hear injury anymore. I just hear a guy trying to pick his fight. That is not a good thing for a champion to do. So, if you want to be a champion, you got to defend that belt.
Can you explain, you have these super gyms in Florida and in Vegas and in California, but then there's all these Rust Belt guys like you and Matt Brown and Stipe. How do you guys improve? Because these guys have top everything and 17 world champ, and you guys just do it on your own and grind it out. How do you guys improve, and how do you see yourselves improve if you day to day, and you've proven that it works?
Yeah, a lot back to what I was just first saying about I have something that works for me. I have a gym that's tailored on to what I need to do. I have coaches that listen to me. Listen, it's not like I just coach myself. I do a lot of things, and a lot of my striking comes from me, but I have a very high-level Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu instructor in Luis Claudio. He's one of the best in the world, and anybody in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu knows it. And, I mean, obviously, that's what my skills keep increasing. I have a great training group around me. I have training partners that give me just what I need. So having the ability to go and train at my gym at 1 in the morning on Saturday if I need to, I think that's something a lot of guys don't have. I get to go and do things when I need to do it, and it's not based around somebody else's schedule. It's based around my schedule. I think that's the biggest thing. I've been doing this for a long time. We all train hard. We all do these crazy things. It is what it is. It's just about putting it together and how well you can show up, fight night, and perform.
As you probably heard, Alistair Overeem is a free agent, and there seems to be a thought that, wow, he's in a great spot. He can maybe negotiate a title shot for himself. He has a lot of leverage coming off the win over JDS. How would you react, considering the fact that it seems like a lot of people have forgotten at this point that you actually beat him if he gets a title shot before you?
It's a tough situation because it wasn't his fault, that Stipe pulled out against me. I beat him, and then since then, he's rallied off 3 wins. Hey, if I was him and I put 3 wins together, I'd want to be noticed and put 2. I want to be held back because I wasn't able to fight. So it's kind of like, like I said, dues paid, and he got his 3 wins. I've had, 1 win since then, so it's it's kind of a tough situation. Does it suck? Because if I'd have beat Stipe, I think I would be ranked in front of him, no problem, and there would be none of this being talked about. It's just, that's life. And, you know, like I said, you know, if he wants his win streak to lose, you know, I just take it how it is. You know what I mean? I have my fight Saturday, and I know that this fight's going to propel me where I need to go. And, you know, I think 2016, it doesn't not cross my mind that I could win the title this year still. So I just got to take it a fight at a time right now, and you know, let the chips fall as they may.
Who do you like in the Super Bowl and why?
I don't watch much football.
You're from Wisconsin.
I'm from Wisconsin, and I let all them be.
Packers are out.
Yeah. So it's like Wisconsin's taking some hits right now. So I think right now Wisconsin needs a win, and you know, hopefully I got the state behind me, and I'm going to give them the win that we need right now.
After 17 years of combat sports, how do you keep your body healthy? Because you see people after 3 years fall apart. How did you stay in the game this long, and how's your body after that long?
Yeah, it really comes from the training. Had I did some of the training that I did when I was 26, 27, that we did at Militish's camp, I mean, that was a grinding gym. It was known for just pounding and grinding, and, oh, you're injured, oh, just throw dirt on it and keep going. You know, that is not longevity. Nelsino is we brought him in from Brazil. He's a kind of strength and conditioning coach that uses science. He looks at my body type, he looks at what I can do, and he's adding years onto my fight career already. So I'm having a lot of success. Like I said, I just got a really good camp around me. I love the way that my camp is built around common sense and science, and it seems to be it's a winning recipe for me right now.
Thanks, Ben. Ben, you thirsty?
Thanks, guys.